now in position or on the way to the Iran area, Senator. That's an awful lot of firepower. What's your take on what might be about to happen?
John, good to be with you. Well, and that's strength. And in the Middle East, there's an old saying, bet on the strong horse. And President Trump and the United States are the strong horse. And this show of force is about making sure that the Ayatollah and his oppressive regime understand that this is serious and that change has to happen.
They want liberty, they want freedom. And of course, I think President Trump realizes that when he said regime change might be the solution. This is something we've been asking for a long time. One thing I would simply add to what the president said when he says the regime has kept on talking and talking and talking. But the president should also know that they have also kept on killing and killing and killing as we speak.
But they also have their cat's paws, whether it's Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis. This is the largest exporter of terrorism in the world, of any country in the world.
Why is she so eager to criticize and find a way to criticize Israel? But I don't really recall them saying anything as Iran was executing thousands and thousands of their protesters for that. I mean, where we are and call this is and stand with Israel, that's our special ally. And there was never a genocide. And when there is a genocide where you're executing tens of thousands of people in Iran, why not and call that out too?
The interview centers on escalating tensions between the United States and Iran as two U.S. carrier battle groups move into position near the region. The deployment represents a significant concentration of American military power, raising questions about whether the move is meant as deterrence, preparation for confrontation, or leverage for diplomacy. Senator John Hoeven frames the buildup as a deliberate show of strength. According to him, Iran's leadership responds only to force, and the military positioning is intended to send a clear and unmistakable message. He describes the United States under Donald Trump as the strong horse in the region, signaling deterrence while leaving open the possibility of negotiations. The discussion then shifts from military strategy to the Iranian people themselves. Reza Pahlavi, the son of Iran's former Shah, argues that citizens inside the country are demanding liberty and freedom. He accuses the current regime of not only stalling diplomatically, but continuing violent repression. His remarks bring a human dimension to the geopolitical conflict, suggesting that internal unrest is as significant as external tensions. The senator reinforces that claim by pointing to allegations of mass killings of protesters and describing Iran as a global exporter of terrorism. Groups such as Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis are referenced as extensions of Iranian influence. The broader argument presented is that Iran's policies affect not only its own citizens, but regional stability and global security. Finally, the conversation highlights divisions within American politics. Senator John Fetterman criticizes fellow Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for what he describes as inconsistent condemnation, defending Israel while questioning why similar outrage is not directed at Iran's treatment of protesters. The exchange underscores how foreign policy debates over Iran and Israel continue to shape domestic political discourse. Taken together, the interview presents a moment of heightened military posture, claims of human rights abuses inside Iran, and growing political tension in Washington. Whether the current show of force leads to negotiations, further escalation, or internal change within Iran remains uncertain, but the stakes, both abroad and at home, are clearly rising.